What's up, everyone? Fall time is finally here. You know what that means? Time to switch up the wardrobe. Something that will never be played out is definitely mixing textures in with your outfits, whether it be your shirts. Even some people go with like the corduroy pants type of things. But yeah, definitely time where it's going to start to get a little bit colder here in LA. It's still pretty hot during the day. Oh, obviously, I still got my short sleeves out like that because during the day, there's no way I'm wearing sweaters out right now. But definitely, as the weather progresses into that colder season, we'll be seeing people wear um, longer fits, thicker fabrics, just so that you're not freezing to death outside. So with that, obviously, I have to go through my wardrobe, switch out my wardrobe. So this is not going to be really showing outfits this one. Just kind of like talking about some things that are going on and obviously trying to give advice out to the men, you know. But once I get my wardrobe set up and I have all my clothes, in the order that I wanted to, and I get some outfits together, I'll definitely be doing that. My life's been kind of a little like, I don't know. There's been a lot happening. I recently got back from vacation, so I had to pack, unpack, deal with all that. I was thinking about doing maybe like a vacation video. I just got caught up in work and then stuff like that. But let me know if you guys want to see that type of video, or I can show you what I take, my outfits that I wore out there. It's definitely going to be more summer oriented. I went out to the Hawaii, so it was definitely more hot, more humid. The first thing I want to talk about is, as a man, you always want to be progressing yourself, whether that be making videos, that be going back to school, trying to get a higher position in your company, things like that. The best piece of advice I could give people, I think this goes for women as well, is don't wait. Some people wait, like they'll say, "Oh, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, start next month." But in reality, the more you wait, the more you're I feel like you're lying to yourself. You're like, oh, by that time you have other excuses, you have other things that have come up in your life. And so you never really take that first step. In my opinion, that's always kind of the hardest part, is actually starting. That's like, throwing yourself into that water of unknown and being uncertain of the outcomes. And that's fine. That's what life is all about: making mistakes, learning, growing, and perfecting your art. Yeah, like me, not recently, I like a year. I wouldn't say, like, in the long scheme of things, I would say I'm barely starting out making videos, but it's definitely something I have enjoyed. And I've seen like, oh, it's not that easy. I feel like some people think like, oh, making videos, you just film it and that's it. And it's easy work, but I've seen that it's not easy work. It's something that definitely takes a lot of time, effort. But I really enjoy, making videos, and every video trying to do better than my last video. And so with that, I would say, yeah, the hardest part was actually like, being one day and be like, you know what, I'm going to actually do these videos. I'm going to start. And yeah, so I've started and I've progressed. Obviously I'm not at the point that I want to be. I know there's a lot for me to learn and a lot of room for me to grow. And definitely that's what I'm working on, little by little, baby steps. But yeah, I would definitely suggest taking that first step, whether it's going back to school, going for an interview, just reading into maybe a different career path that you're trying to get into, maybe talking to your boss about getting a raise, getting a higher promotion, things like that. Definitely take those risks, especially if you're younger and you don't have much responsibilities. It's a lot easier to take those risks. And in turn, when you're older, you have family, you have other kinds of responsibilities and priorities where taking a risk maybe doesn't make as much sense. So definitely, the sooner you start, the better you'll be off. Like physical health, I feel like some people, like, they go to the gym and stuff like that, but I feel like there's different kinds of different factors that factor into one being healthy, whether that be getting enough sleep, eating well, drinking lots of water, taking care of your face with the proper face cleaning routine, or whatever it's called, face cleansing machine. I know there's a word for it, a term for it. Just can't think of it right now, but definitely, those are things that I have implemented in my life. I've always kind of been active, but I've kind of been like on and off. Now that I've gotten my schedule a little bit more consistent, I've definitely tried to be more consistent in the gym, going out to get my physical activity in, because I did feel like I was, gaining weight, getting more bloated. I just honestly didn't feel good about my health. I would look at myself and I'd be like, this is not what I want for myself. This is not what I want to look like. And it wasn't like anything like that I couldn't change. It was things that I could change, like working out more, eating better. I cut out pretty much all soda and juice. I know it has a lot of sugar. And I feel like that has definitely had some positive effects, because I feel like with more energy now. I used to be really groggy. I used to drink a lot of soda and juice and stuff like that. Now I pretty much only drink water and alcohol occasionally, when I go out with friends, celebrate on the weekends and stuff like that. Obviously, drink in moderation. I'm not saying go out and get hammered every night, because obviously that would just wipe out any health benefits that you have from all of these positive activities that you would be doing. But definitely, like I say, work hard, play hard, maybe not too hard, take it easy, make sure you know your limits. Don't be doing anything crazy, and don't be saying, I'm promoting this. I'm not. I'm just saying you can't just work and not enjoy, treat yourself a little bit. I guess the last thing would be kind of like make sure to relax. This is kind of tie back into like I was saying, work hard, play hard. Actually yesterday I went out with a friend and she was like talking about how all the time she works. And I was telling her like, ever since I've known you, you haven't really taken a vacation. And it was pretty true. She kind of like was like lost for words. She was like, well, like, this and that. And I was like, I understand we have to pay our bills and we have to think like that. But I think a vacation would be really helpful for you, even if you're just gonna, sleep all day. You need to take that time to rest, recharge, reset your body, because you're just working all the time. You're just gonna overwork yourself, and it's not good for your mental health, your physical health, and it definitely causes stress and anxiety. From I'm pretty sure you can look up studies and that will um, say the same thing as that. So yeah, definitely make sure you take that time to rest. Like this trip to Hawaii that I took recently, I felt like it really helped me reset, recharge for work. Work before that had a kind of been like, oh, like really draining, or I would go into work and I'm like, oh man, like here we go again, another week of work, just trying to get by, just trying to get through the weekend. That way I can, have a little bit of fun. So definitely that short vacation that I took, it wasn't even that long, it was 4 or 5 days. But even that, just being away from my home, being away from my usual life, my usual setting, and, getting to explore, going hiking, seeing different things, seeing the beautiful that this world has to offer. Really, really, it was really refreshing, it's really, breathing fresh air. Obviously, the LA air is not the best. I love it here. I wouldn't change it, but definitely, getting out there, getting out of the city, going somewhere new, definitely somewhere you haven't been, and exploring, finding out new things, definitely reset my mind. I came back. The day I came back, I was like, I didn't sleep. I can't sleep on airplanes for some reason. So that day, I was like, I was just like working like a zombie. But then when I finally got a rest, and I rested like after the vacation, it felt really good to rest. It was like a reset, definitely. Like I had been reborn, like in a video game. Like, oh, okay, we're starting over now. We're fresh, starting from the beginning, full health, full stamina, whatever, ready to go. Let's make it happen. Let's get to it. I'm back into the rhythm. It was fun, but now we gotta keep moving forward, keep progressing. Yeah, so like I said, it's a different video. I'm just trying to, get some things organized so I can make more videos. Hopefully you guys like this video. Definitely not like my typical videos, but I feel like some, I had, to make a video. We're getting into fall, so definitely I will be getting into those fall aesthetics and those fall outfits and stuff like that. I'll definitely have more videos up for you guys. I will say I do usually post my videos on TikTok. It's just a lot easier to edit them compared to like editing like 10-minute, 15-minute videos to like a 1 minute, 3-minute video. Definitely a lot a lot less time consuming. Definitely still have to put in some effort into it, but it's more streamlined. So yeah, check on TikTok if you can. I have definitely more outfit videos, and yeah, I have a video for my vacation. So if you guys want to see that, it's definitely on there. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. And thanks.